Hi there, hello, how are you? I hope you're having an absolutely amazing day so far. It has been 4 months since I've installed the Waterdrop X12 reverse osmosis system. It is their under sink reverse osmosis water filtering machine. And today we're gonna touch base. I'm gonna tell you all of my thoughts on it, what are the different ways that I use it, as well as answer all of the questions that you all dropped in the comments last time. Kind of consider this as like a follow-up as well as an FAQ video. Let's jump right in. Before we dig into it though, let me show you the install. In the last video, and I'll be sure to have that up here in the cards somewhere as well as down below in the description box, we had installed it, but we didn't have enough room under our sink for it to fit like the proper way, but now it actually fits the proper way. And it's because ours was actually like the under sink part was routed incorrectly. So now it's correct. I'm sure somebody's gonna tell me it's not correct, but it's correct now. They do have a couple different models that are very, very similar to this. This one's the X12, which means it puts out 1,200 gallons per day. Isn't that outrageous? I never touch it, so there's no need for me to go up above that. Honestly, this is my favorite feature to show off because every other water filter that I have ever used, I'm gonna adjust this up to 16 ounces. Every other water filter that I have ever used cannot put out water as quickly as this thing does. I'm not irritated at how slow it is. I'm not sitting here waiting. I can put this on the counter, fill it up, and walk away. I don't even need to stand there and hold it. For like taller cups, I do have a couple really tall, like 40-ounce tumblers. I can just put it in the sink and swivel the head back to the sink. Want to fill up a pot? Put it over here. Want to fill up a tall cup? Put it over here. And the water comes out tasting like water. So typically reverse osmosis is going to remove all of the minerals, all of the chemicals, everything out of your water, give you the most pure of water, but it tastes like nothing, and it also doesn't have the minerals in it that are actually good for your body. So the X12 remineralizes your water so that you still have, it took out all the bad things, it put all the good things back in, and now we're drinking tasty water that has all the health benefits that we would want. Okay, but we really use it over in this area quite a bit. So this is the water percolator, opening it up. There is no scaling on the inside. It's also the only water we use back here in the espresso machine. You're supposed to have pure water for an espresso machine to get that most pure taste. Also for your coffee, you want your coffee to taste good, right? Filtered water, reverse osmosis filtered water is literally the only thing we ever put in here. And again, you never see any scaling lines. Even the water doesn't even stink after sitting in there for a couple days. I would still dump it out and refresh it since we didn't use this much, but you could tell that it's not going bad. And the thing that's going bad in the water, I don't know what that thing is that's making everything slimy and scaly and sticky so quickly, but that's disgusting. I'm glad that it's gone. I'm no water expert, but these are my experiences after having used it and actually noticing differences. We use it for cooking. We use it for our pets, so our gecko and our fish both get reverse osmosis water. We use it just in general. That's unless we're washing our hands. So if it's going in our body, on our body, or any other living thing in this household, it's getting the Waterdrop filtered water. Now, let's jump into some of your questions. Okay, so let's answer some questions about this thing. First of all, a lot of people have a lot of concerns about wastewater. In fact, I got one comment that said, it wastes tons of water though. For every 1 gallon of water produced, it wastes 3 to 4 gallons. Not good if you are on a water meter. That is a correct assumption if you're talking about a different machine. So a lot of traditional reverse osmosis machines and the ones that we're all used to have a tank in it, and that tank is holding on to a bunch of water that creates pressure through the reverse osmosis membrane. That creates a lot of wastewater because you're using a lot of water to create that pressure. This is a tankless system, so there is no additional like water reserve inside here just to create that pressure. There's no water being held at any certain point. This has a built-in electric pump that creates the pressure for you, so you don't need to have that reserve tank, so you're not going to have as much wastewater as a traditional RO system. As it pushes it through all the filters and into your faucet in lickety-split speed, you are actually at a reverse osmosis from the traditional. Let me make that make sense. You're getting 3 gallons of pure water for 1 gallon of wastewater. That is astronomical when it comes to reverse osmosis machines. I don't think there's another one on the market that can do it at that rate. Woo! So the next question is kind of about wastewater as well, but also about flushing. How does the flushing work exactly for the X12? Does it only flush within 5 minutes of getting water, or does it keep flushing often and randomly? Thank you. So every reverse osmosis machine is going to flush, but how much and how often is generally really the issue that people have. It needs to flush it because it's removing the dirt and impurities from the lines, and it's restoring the filters. When you very first install one of these, you have to flush out all 3 of the filters for, I think it was 30 minutes. So you're not doing that step very often. Now, the other flushing is when you use the water, how often is it going to flush underneath? Now, when you use any bit of water up there, whether you get just a cup of water or you fill up an entire pot of water, 10 minutes later, it's going to flush the machine for about 1 minute. It does produce a little bit of wastewater. Not a whole heck of a lot though, just a little. You hear a little trickle in there. I can tell that it's not very much, and I'm waiting for it to do it because it's been like 7 minutes since I got that cup of water. It's so quiet, I usually don't hear it, and I don't even notice that it's ever happening. Now, with all that being said, there is a way to turn off the auto flushing. The negative side of that is that you're going to get less filtered water because you turned off the auto flushing. The TDS, the total dissolved solids in your water, will go up. Will it skyrocket? No, but it will go up a little bit. It's still going through all the filtration systems, but it didn't have like that homeostasis, like rebalancing of the filters in between the uses. So in order to do that, unplug it and plug it back in. And it's going to go kind of into like a menu for a second, and you'll hit the F1 button and you'll hit it 5 times. 1 beep indicates that the auto flushing was turned off, and 2 long beeps will indicate that the auto flushing was turned back on. All right, on to the next question. I wonder if it's loud. I have a small apartment and my bedroom is next to my kitchen. Plus, I am sensitive to noises. Is it noisy all the time or only when you fill your cup up with water? Thanks a lot. So it only creates noise. I never notice it flushing. It's like a trickling thing. It only creates noise when you're actually using the machine. Now you tell me, do you think that this is very loud? And we'll do a couple different sound tests. So here's inside the cabinet with the cabinet doors open. We're averaging like 56 to 80 when I'm not talking. Now up here, the water splashing into the sink. 65, 66. That is actually louder than the machine itself. Now let's shut the door. 47 decibels with the door shut. It's a lot quieter when you're actually filling something up rather than it splashing down into the sink. The app says that the decibel level is that of a quiet home. I believe it. I don't think the sound level bothers me at all. Let's come back down here. Okay, easy peasy. Next one. Are they using food grade quality water lines? Yes, they are. They are 100% food grade quality. Keith Lowe says, and I appreciate this observation, it doesn't make sense. If the remineralization happens at filter 1, the RO filter at filter 3 would have gotten rid of it. Or does the water go from RO filter first and filter 1 last? Like, it doesn't make any sense. And Keith was right on the second assumption. It goes through the reverse osmosis filter first before it remineralizes. So there's your answer. This next comment is from one of my favorite commenters, Help I'm a Disaster. RO systems are pointless. No discernible difference in taste. It's worse for you, even with remineralization, and it can even be slightly corrosive to metals. So you wouldn't want to use that in coffee makers and whatnot. This one took me a minute to actually figure out what the science is behind it and unraveling it, because before this I was like, I didn't think water was corrosive to metal in that way whatsoever. What are you talking about? So first off, saying there's no discernible difference in taste. I drink a gallon of water a day, and I'm very, very, very picky about my water. And I think that some other people just don't drink as much water as me or aren't nearly as picky. I also have ADHD and OCD, and those two things also make me very hyper aware of a lot of things that I love or don't love, and water being one of them. I would find that myself personally, I am very hyper aware of how it tastes. I know there's a taste difference because I had like an aversion to the RO machine that did not remineralize. I didn't love the water as much. I was missing it. I actually went and bought remineralizing drops to add to the water to bring back the taste for me. So like, there is a massive difference. Maybe you don't notice it. And then also, secondly, water being corrosive to metals. I guess water could actually be corrosive to metals, and I had no clue. Well, I guess that's rust. So regular old water has a lot of ions and contaminants in it, which is what's causing the corrosion to metals, whereas reverse osmosis has removed the contaminants and has greatly reduced the ions. So the actual health of this is a lot better than the traditional if you're worried about corrosive metals. For use in a machine where there's going to be metal components, that is something that you would probably be more concerned about. I would say in my own personal opinion and my own personal experience, I don't think that it's true, that I don't think that it's corrosive to metals, but I I do love that the comment was made so that I can learn something new. And the last question that I saw in the comments, can you connect it to your refrigerator? They do have a refrigerator connection kit coming soon. So if that's something that you need to do, if you live in a smaller apartment, want to tap into that water line instead, you can certainly do that. I don't have that ability in my house. It says it just doesn't make sense for me. Here, I'll show you. It literally makes no sense to me. I don't have anywhere on either side of my fridge to be able to do it. I apologize that I did not mention that in the last video, but yes, that is apparently coming soon. Waterdrop is having a massive sale for Prime Day. If you're into the Amazon Prime Days, if you're an Amazon shopping person like me, you could save up to 35% on any Waterdrop X Series machine. I do want to give a huge thank you to Waterdrop for sponsoring today's video, for helping me along with some of the questions that you all had. Clean water is important. It's really important to me. The amount of water that I consume just strictly on the daily, the amount of water that I force into my kids to drink every single day, and then just like our pets and the people that we care about. So clean water is very important to us. I love this machine. I use it for dang near everything. It's out of the way. It's not cumbersome up on a counter. It's just another cute little faucet up there. I truly love it. So yeah, I think that's everything you need to know about the Waterdrop X12. Thank you all so much for being here. I truly appreciate it. Please don't forget to hit subscribe before you leave. I know I don't post a whole heck of a lot on this channel, but when I'm here, I'm here. Hi. I do have another channel. I have that link at the end of this video as well, and a huge shout out to all my patrons for making videos like this possible. You are all rock stars. Have a wonderful day. I'll see you next time. Bye. Put it up there with those dirty dishes since I'm filming in the sink. You're the best. I'll edit it out, don't worry. Mwah.
Hi people.
You go. Love you. Do you like clean, pure water? What's your favorite water? Out of the refrigerator, out of the sink, or out of the faucet? What's that one? Or out of the Waterdrop filter faucet? Yeah, I know I do too. Oh, careful, my water's right here. Love you.
Love ya.